These are a few of my succulent clusters that I have been growing for a few months, some a few years. There's different types of clusters. You get clusters like these, clusters like that, clusters like this one. There's also clusters that are just newly emerging like this one. So in this video, I'd like to show you how to separate succulent clusters and which ones should we separate and which ones should we leave alone to let it grow a little bit more. Hello there, my name is Liz, a self-confessed succulent addict. Welcome to my channel, Growing Succulents. This Echeveria Lily, I've had it growing for a good almost 3 years now. And when I started, I only had one plant, which is this main one here. The ones on the side are all babies that grew from the mother, which is the center plant. And also, I've taken small cuttings and has grown it into this nice beautiful cluster of lily over here. So this would have to be about 1.5 years old, and you can see that there's a lot of dry leaves and also a lot of new emerging babies. So when is the right time to separate this? So this is one of the plants that I'm going to show you how to separate in this video. So this is Echeveria Lily, which I have grown for also a few years. Now this plant is now starting to flower and also showing a lot of babies or new growth inside there. You can see that this one is all clusters everywhere and there's babies emerging. So there's one there and that one is a flower, but that one is a baby, and that one is also another plant. Or probably a 1, 2, 3. Actually, that one is a 3-head. This is also showing signs of little babies emerging. I've noticed that the flower emerged first. So this is the flower. Another flower, most of them are actually flowering or showing flower heads. And it's got beautiful orangey flower, which is gorgeous, but pales in comparison to the plant itself, because this grown in a full sun will show you or reward you with this gorgeous color. So it's a little bit muted, but however, it is equally beautiful as this budgie here that's just come to join us again. So this one now, I will not be separating this, but instead I will just be harvesting the baby, even though that's still small, or that one there is still a little bit small, but I can see, I don't know if you can see this, but there's also other plants. You see those ones there hiding in there. So I probably have to brighten that up so you can see those tiny little babies hiding there. So that's going to impede or stop the growth of those babies. The other bigger baby here. Okay, so now I'm just gonna shake this off and remove that. Just so, there you go. I got it. So this one now, it doesn't have any stem, but even as small as that, Lily grows quite easily. So also they grow from leaves or propagate from leaves easily. So now this one, I have to put that over here. There's another baby there that's growing. And now this big head here is going to stop anything that's coming through there. So you best, or I best, take this off as well. We'll just shake it from side to side. So this is sort of a loose cluster, just like the lily over here. And you can see this one now, it wants to have a life of its own because it started to grow some roots. Now it will, but this one now, because there's a couple of leaves, the budgie is paying attention. Look at him. So, but since there's a couple of leaves growing in here, what I'm going to do is just remove that, shake it off from the side, so that way I am making room for the plant to grow a neck. And the budgie is very interested. Okay, Pedro, is that enough? Now, so now it has formed a nice neck, but you can't eat that, baby pea. Now it's still a beautiful plant. So now I'm going to put this with the other one so the two of them can chit chat happily. So the rest of the plant I'll just go inspect. So now you can see there's babies growing down there as well. And now I can leave this and not touch this until those baby emerges. Maybe in a couple of months, that's when I'm going to harvest them. Now this is an Echeveria Tipi. Gorgeous, beautiful, nicely compact, and also lots of babies. Now this one, I need to separate this because it's not helping the mother grow. And there's also a lot of dry leaves in between, making it a perfect breeding ground for mealybugs and all sorts of nasties. And this one is actually quite a hardy plant. I haven't actually encountered a mealybug with this particular tipi or this one that I'm growing here. And this one is grown out in the frost and in the sun. So with this one now, all I do, you can see that they're quite loose and also mature plants. So all I do with this one is just pull it off. There you go. And you can see that it has a lot of roots. So these ones, I'm going to put them just in my standard potting mix with a bit of grit. So I can either use my master succulent soil mix, my tropical soil mix, depending where you are. But right now the condition is that we're going to have a lot of rain in our area. Spring in Australia, but a lot of rain. So it's important that the soil mix that I use for these ones will be a fast draining one. So now I have experimented on using my cat litter soil mix because I have run out, or I will be running out of this granite. So if you can afford to buy the granite, then do so and use it for your different soil mix. But for me, because I'm getting away from using the granite because I've run out of it. So I have to source another new form of granite somewhere else because the standard one that I have here is getting a little bit embarrassing to keep going to my friend's property and getting them. So this one now, I'm getting a lot of plants from here. And this one, the babies are, I can see, inspect first, but tipi is quite easy growing, and even the small one has got roots. So that's not a big problem, no big drama. And that one, although there's no roots, that will still grow, or it will form its own roots easily because it's already got some nodes where the roots can grow from. Now this one I will clean, but I'm not going to do that in front of you. I will do this sometime later on. So I'm just going to show you the neck, and you can see that this one needs a repot because all the roots are already sticking out. So I will just remove this and repot that one, but that one is good as is for now. And I might even put this in a beautiful pot with the other ones, but that's another video. But for now, we'll put that away. That's already finished. This is Echeveria Pink Saragosa hybrid. And you can see that this is also growing in a cluster. A lot, 11 babies. So it's now just more underneath here. So now the budgie decided to talk to the wheels. So hubby is out right now, but he's talking to the wheelchair. He's gone quiet. Okay, please don't talk too much. Mommy's doing a video. Hello? You gonna come here now? Or you stay there and talk? Okay, you talk. So back to our pink Saragosa. So with this one now, it's also easy to remove this because, okay, I just broke off a leaf. So this one, because the leaves are crunchy. Some succulents, when you just touch them, the leaves just sort of goes crunchy and breaks. So you have to pay close attention to those succulents. That way you don't damage them. But some, you just touch them like that, it will come off nice and clean. Like, of course, the Daring Virgii earlier that I shown you. Some you just touch it like that and they will come off. But some it's going to be difficult, like Romeo as well as Chivalria Romeo, and a lot of the Agavoides have those problems as well. So with this one now, this is the soil mix of my friend Lynn that I haven't even repotted. So she's got a little bit of perlite, cellulite in her soil mix and other secret ingredients, but she has a fairly good soil mix, and none of the plants I got from her planted in the soil mix I have observed have rotted. So, which is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, this one, as you can see, will just expose the bottom. Since this is very crunchy, okay, I'm just going to touch this leaf just to do a test. Yes, that will come off quite easily. Under here, all those plants in there, the cluster looks kind of fresh to me. I don't see any nodes from the bottom, and it's like new shoots, basically. So with this one, some of them, I am not going to touch them. I'm just going to leave it, but I will harvest the bigger plants, which is over here. Taste them first. So that way we know what we're doing. I'm squeezing, see, squeeze on top and shake around. I shake it all over. And any weeds we pull off because it's not, please excuse my budgie because I can't stop him. Because now he's talking on the other side. Now, is that good enough? I'm going to grab the whole thing and slap it or tease it, because it doesn't matter with the roots because they actually grow roots quite easily. Also, the best time to do this is during the growing season, spring and summer, when the water warms up, even in autumn. But in winter, I don't normally like doing this in winter unless I can have them inside and grow them, or grow them under the grow light. Okay. So now that is fairly straightforward. You can see now, or we can see what we're doing here better. Should probably get my tweezer, but okay. Now that one now, I'm looking for, where's your neck? And even down here, there's all these new babies coming out. So this one is just as easy as supporting the whole plant or the bigger plant. Find the edge, because there's a difference between this big mother plant and the babies. And so we are going to, you can use a knife if you like, but no need to. For these plants, I just shake it off. And you can see that it also has some roots. So I'm just going to go around and do this. We do it again. We separate the leaves. And that's the mother leaves, and this is the baby leaves, and, or the baby plant, and pull. There you go. The smaller ones will still leave, but this one here, because there's another baby emerging, I might as well remove this one. And because it's really hard to get in there even with a knife, I'm just best shaking this off like so. And nice, clean getaway. And that one now can grow freely. And this one can grow freely. And there might even be another baby one emerging in the bottom. And this one's now, I can shake it off. And if it's a little bit too long, I like to put my fingers right close to the edge and pull it. And now that's nice, clean, and all rooted up. So now I'm just going to continue doing this until I'm satisfied that I have taken all the babies and have freed the mother from its burden. Now this one, might as well, this one, tiny root there, but it will grow or form its new roots again. So I'm almost done with this one, and we continue to the next one. And the budgie wants to eat some soil. It's actually good for birds to eat some grits and roots and some succulents actually, the roots, I find that they actually has a really fragrant scent. Nice baby pea, it's good for your tummy. Okay, so maybe we will remove this as well. Okay, there you go. So that's all right, baby pea. Now we just leave one baby for the mommy, so you can see that that baby there is like, I'm alone. Okay, so that can grow happily. Now we'll move on to the next one. So clusters like this baby Echeveria Lily should be cleaned off first, so that way we can see what we're up against. This one, since the center has grown big codex. You see that? Real fatso. So what I like to do is clean it all off with my trusty forceps. And then I can see what I'm doing. So now with this one, this is a good candidate for bonsification. So I'm actually not gonna remove this. I'm just gonna leave this for a while, but I will remove the dry leaves and expose the baby that's growing under there. So you get the idea. I will continue cleaning this up later on, and we'll move on to the next ones. So clusters like these ones that I have here is also the same. If they're sort of growing out of the pot like that, so this one actually got a little bit of powdery mildew because of where it's grown. And also I can see that, hang on, I'll just squeeze the pot. This is Echeveria Home Alone, and it's quite beautiful tips, isn't it? So I like to go like this and lift that up, the same as the other Saragosa before. Just move the dirt there and free up everything, clean up everything, so that way you can see what you're doing and remove what is necessary. And so as this Hyalina's Choice, look at that beautiful plant. But this is quite easy because there's a lot of gaps in between. So it was the same like the big lily. And also this one is orange sherbet. So this orange sherbet is just so gorgeous, isn't it? Look at those. It's like a jelly jam. I don't know what's going on, but a lot of the plants I find nowadays seems to be growing a lot of these red spots. But oh, there's a baby even here growing. So it's the same thing. Remove the soil. I would remove the soil up the top. Doesn't have to be necessarily removing all the soil, but it's just to expose it. And it's just a matter of twisting them and they will come off. This one is a Chivalry Silhouette. It is such a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous plant. Look at that, gorgeous. Now this one is also the same. It's rotting because it needs space. So now first I'll remove the rotting ones. This will happen on some plants because they're not getting enough air circulation. And with this one now, I can actually pull this off. When it's a little bit tight and there's resistance, a knife will help. So I can't see what's going on in there, but I can almost feel the neck. So I'm just gonna go chomp, feeling my way too. Now I'm gonna twist. I already scored it. And pull. There you go. Beautiful. Now this one, I can now clean this up much better. And that one is because it's making it look ugly. It's got like an extra digit. Might as well remove it and propagate. So nice, clean, beautiful tips. So now another silhouette that will grow into another beautiful silhouette one day. And that one I will do the same as the other one and do the same. Just side to side and pull. Beautiful. So now I will have 3 silhouettes and even it out and remove all those leaves again. I just like them even because when they grow and you have them growing even to start with, they grow into even succulents. What I have here are 2 Pups or Echeveria Pups candy. So I got these ones from different sources. So very different looking plants. They are grown in the same area, all out in the frost but yet this one has shown some beautiful red lines. So I don't know whether it's just specific to this particular plant or to the hybrid itself, but this one now, I am going to just transplant this into a bigger pot to allow for the smaller one to grow, because I do like growing them in clusters. But this one, I have to separate. Although that is beautiful, there's a lot of plants emerging in between there. I'm sure that's not doing any favor for the overall health of the plant. And also that now that spring is here, and before we know it, it'll be summer, and summer is when the mealybugs comes in and they like to attack plants that are sort of in cluster like this, where they can hide. So now it's really time to separate and propagate. So this one now, I was experimenting on a soil mix because I ran out of my regular soil mix, and now I can see it's barely grown as well. It has grown a little bit, but this plant is showing signs of suffering from too much nutrients maybe for the soil, but I'm not going to tell you what you made or the soil is made up of, but I have deviated away from my other soil mix, and you can see that the roots are not happy. Not happy, Liz. So it's really time to separate them. And even here, you can see that the plant is rotting away. So you need to be careful what your soil mix are, because it can kill your succulents, or you're wondering, why am I becoming a succulent killer? It's all in the soil mix. So I'm gonna tap, 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 and remove as much of the soil as I can. And now it's ready to be separated. So now I'm just gonna put my hand, these hands, we're gonna hold on to it nice and tight, but soft, so firm, but softly, don't squash it. That's drastic. Just soft and gentle. Easy does it. So now we're gonna go with the long ones first, and oh, I can see some babies coming out of there as well. That little green one there, there's another baby emerging, and it's being stopped by this one. So gently, gently, there you go. Easy does it. Now this one, I can see that there's also some roots forming. So that's one pup or Pax pup. Next one, we do the same. Easy. Now the outside first. And more babies emerging. So we gotta be careful and just deal with the bigger plants first. Beautiful. Now that one, I'm gonna, okay, it's got a tiny root, you can see. But that one I will leave. Now that might live or it might die, but nevertheless we have to separate this mother plant away from its babies, the clutches that's holding her down now. Like, oops! Okay, so now I lost 2 leaves. Good, I got more to propagate. There you go. So now I'm free! I'm free! So maybe this one will eventually grow into this beautiful one here once I put it in the proper soil. This is my Graptederia rubidona that I got from FLO Plants a couple of months ago, and this one is already a cluster like this. The center part looks like it's cresting up, but in its cresting, it's forming a cluster crest. That's what I call cluster crest. But I really like the way this plant is growing, but I don't want them to grow against each other. But there's still enough room for them to grow. So all I'm going to be doing with this one is lift it up, remove the soil, and transplant it into new soil. I actually lost 1 leaf, and then now that's actually growing into there's a little pimple. Can you see the little pimple? A little baby emerging on that one. So this has been removed only about 10 days ago. And it's already growing, showing signs of pimpleness. Another baby forming. Now this one will be potted up, and I won't touch this because it's just beautiful, isn't it? That's just gorgeous. So in a pretty pot and encouraged to grow, and I will be watching this with a hawk eye to see if they get too close to each other and new babies emerges. Then I will have to separate it then like I did the other ones. But for now, I can just leave this the way it is, and that baby can go hide in there, and I'll put you away. But the next one I'm going to be showing you is, this is Jupiter. Across the Jupiter. Civeria Jupiter. Now this one I got as a cluster, and so far there's 1, 2, 3, 4 heads showing on it, and I could still leave this in here. So it's not necessary for me to separate this unless I want to propagate really fast. Then I will separate it. But I've got a couple of Jupiter that I have in my stash, so I'm gonna leave this and maybe add on the Jupiter so I can have a cluster pot of Jupiter, because it is such a beautiful plant. Short, fat, like it's got attitude, but just also like very chill looking. So I love it. But in saying that, I bought this other Jupiter here, which is a little, okay, I'll just remove that. A little cluster. Now this one, do I separate this? Okay, this is freshly potted up by someone. This is from Jovina. So thank you, Jovina, for your plant. But this one now, I am going to hack it. There's new roots growing. Look, beautiful. So that indicates that it is growing to grow. Now this one has also got 4 heads like the other Jupiter here. Are you actually a 4 plant? So plants, I believe, has a certain count. Either they're solitary or a couple or a threesome, and this one is a quad grower. Now, quad grower will be separated, or even though it's still a baby, I am confident enough that, hang on, this will propagate and grow. Okay. And of course, it's got roots. Now, when it comes to that, it's important that you clean it up, let it dry before potting it up. So I'm not potting these plants up until about 3 days later, or about a week. And even longer, I can leave it longer and they will just grow some more roots. And that one, the other one first. Beautiful. Now, a little bit of cleaning when I finish, so you can see that they're all grown from one stem. Okay, but that one belongs to here, that one belongs to there, or that belongs to there. Okay, oops. Now, this tells me it needs a little bit cut. Where's my knife? Normally, I'm just gonna do a score. There you go. And pull. Beautiful. So now it's got its own little stem, and that one has got the long stem, which I believe was the original plant. So now we'll put the Jupiter away. Now this one is Echeveria Dongting. Dongting, I have bought Dongtings from 3 separate sources, and they all seem to cluster up like this. So this one is only like a minor clustering. But this one is a major clustering, and this one is quite big. Look at that. I have been soaking it in water, and they have actually grown. So I've been soaking it for about, I don't know, over a week, and new flowers are coming out. And of course, there's a lot of dry leaves in between. So the normal thing I would normally do with this one is to separate it when I get it. Of course, remove the soil first and then separate them. Like this one, sort of more advanced, is already soil removed. So I bought this, it came like this. It's all dried up and perfect for separating. So it's just easy, it just comes off easy. That one is actually a double head, and it's sort of forming maybe like a crest growing, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna crest up. And it's the same as the last one we did, which is the Jupiter. It's split in two, so that's like a Siamese twin. Now this one is the same, although this one is much greener. And I can see, or I can tell, that it has grown from 3 of them from one head, and this one a side shoot. And also one. So this is triple head. There you go. And now separated. Now with this one here, apart from cleaning up, I am not gonna touch this. I'm just gonna leave it as is. But otherwise, if I were to separate this after soaking it, I would let it dry up first before I separate it. Last but not least is, this is a Black Queen cluster, which I paid $28 recently. And you can see that a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it has been grown from a leaf. In this case, this is a scenario wherein I don't touch it. I will let this grow for a while. I will actually leave it in this pot, maybe change the soil. That's all I can do. But otherwise, I will not touch this plant until it grows out a little bit more and grow some neck. Without a neck or a stem, I would not be game enough to cut this, because Black Queen is very similar to Bloody Maria. And Agavoides, they will grow when they're a bit bigger, but the size that it is now, I am not adventurous enough to separate it. I will leave it until 3 months later. We'll see how it grows, and then I will be ready to separate it. That would be also the same as this newly bought Echeveria Roma Bloody. Look how cute this one is. I paid for one plant and I was expecting it to be that small. This is from Succulents, and she gave me a 3-headed one, so triple head. But it is going to be, I can feel that when I touch it, there's a little bit of movement, but I am not game to separate this because that is still very young. I am going to let this grow a little bit more, just like the Black Queen, and grow into happy little baby succulents. But for the meantime, all I'm going to do with this one is put it in my little seaweed conditioner soaker. This is also Chivalria Peach Pride variegated. It's a gift from Susan Succulent. Thank you so much, Susan Succulents. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous plant. Look, I haven't got a Peach Pride. So anyway, so this one, I am just gonna soak it in here in my seaweed solution. And we'll use that one to prop her so she doesn't fall off. And also, Susan Succulent, thank you as well for my Pakipaitum Paradox. Look how beautiful this one. This one is also a cluster, but it's crested. And also another bit there. Now that one has got roots, but I will still give it a little soak because I like it when they're happy when I pot them up. And so far, that's all we've got for this video. And I am going to continue showing you, by the way, Chocolate Lady Double Head. This is another cluster or double head, which I'm not going to touch as well because that's still fairly delicate. Although this one looks to me that it will have a life of its own because of the root that's sort of growing from the side, indicating that this came from this plant, and that one has got its own stem and big root, taproot. But when I tug it, it would not give me anything, so I'm gonna leave it and let it grow as a double head for a while. Anyway guys, that's all we have for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will find this video useful in your quest to propagate and grow some more beautiful succulents. And this one is Yellow Shark. This is another gorgeous plant, and I was expecting one plant. Oh, sorry, it is a multi. I did pay for a multi. So anyway, but it's a lot of heads. So 1, 2, 3, and more growing in the bottom. And again, this one, no separating, but just soaking. You go. No, don't give me attitude. I know you're beautiful, but you have to soak up. Drink, baby, drink. Drink up. Grow. You don't want to grow. Okay, good girl.